Standing. I am the man who takes people out in the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. I'm in New York State, the Empire State, and New York State, not New York City. I'm here to investigate a amazing encounter that was. I have a follower that I met, and I'm in the Adirondack Mountains. In case for those of you who are like me and didn't know, there are some very cool mountains-ish. They're nice. They're nice mountains. I'm from Canada. We have the Rocky Mountains. The Adirondacks are beautiful. And literally in this very spot, maybe just a couple hundred yards from here, my friend and guide who's out here, Keith, was here hunting with his father. Kyle! I've been calling him Keith. This is live. I make a mistake, we gotta roll with it. And he's here going, my name's... Anyways, he was out here with his really cool father who has decades of experience logging in the woods, wilderness. And they heard, it was 5 years ago, they heard giant primate sounds. Kyle was up front, his father came back, and they know the sounds. These guys are indigenous people. Kyle's dad's been out here since he was 5 years old, playing and romping around in the wilderness. I mean, these Americans that are born and raised here, generations here, they're indigenous to, and they know this. They know the way it is now. They know the terrain. They heard giant smashing primate sounds, and what we discovered that this terrain is very. There's a canopy here. Where I'm from in Canada, it's almost entirely in the wilderness, in the real good wilderness. There is no canopy in that. There's no leaves, as you can see up above. There's a tremendous amount of leaves, and they even have. There's competition between, this is very important stuff for the tracking. So there's competition between, you can see here, the leaves and the pine needles. But there's a tremendous amount of, obviously every year the leaves all shed and they build up and they cover tracks really well. So we did some really serious investigating, and based on my investigation, I was not able to come up with anything other than, if I was a Sasquatch, where he was and where the Sasquatch should have been, all lines up. So what happened is he was lower. The Sasquatch was literally, there was a high ground spot that leveled off. So if I was a dominant giant primate, I would have been there. I would have been bashing that spot. That would have been the perfect time to show dominance. And the other thing that Kyle's told me too is he was hunting with his father, but there were other hunters out that were being very disrespectful and foolish, shooting guns inappropriately, just kind of buffoons, which would, and Kyle and his father were trying to separate from those people. And as they were separating and getting away from them, even those people are dangerous, shooting foolishly and with guns, it's not good. Maybe alcohol involved. So they were separating for their own safety and to continue hunting. And that's when the Sasquatch came and was very aggressive and assertive with them. So we've heard some rock knocking, but, and then there's 2 tree breaks that look pretty impressive. So we're here for several more days. Kyle's very excited. He's a big fan. He's been following me for a long time, and he worked very hard to make all this happen. And New York right now, and I had to come here because Canadians can come to the United States, Americans can't come to Canada. So, I just said screw it. And this is Kyle's expedition was now. So again, he was one of the many American expeditioners that are horrifically disappointed, as am I, that they can't come out maybe this year. So I'm in New York State. I'm loving it here. The terrain is 50% similar, 50% new to me. And we're going to be out here working hard. And I also have, I brought a very spiritual, connected, I brought my version of Jane Goodall, my version of Diane Fossey. So I have Sadies out here with us, is her name. She lives just south of Boston, but she's very, she grew up in the wilderness. She grew up, trudging through the wilderness. She's out here barefoot, and her skill set is very impressive, as is Kyle's. So a goal is to find and have an interaction with a Sasquatch in one of the most famous, it's got to be the most famous place in the whole world, New York City and New York State. And in case you don't know, have a look around. I just walked off the road. Listen, it's abundant with birds. The nature here is beautiful. It's very lush. It's even old forest. If you look behind me, how you can recognize old forests is the trees are spread out and you'll see little, and every once in a while, a nice big fat old tree. So this is really good old growth forest. This hasn't been logged in over 100 years. So fantastic. And you would think in a state like New York with so many millions of people that they wouldn't be taking care of their wilderness, and they are. This is wonderful, amazing, fantastic old growth forest. Congratulations, New York State. I'm really proud of you. As a Canadian, someone who is, just so fortunately surrounded by nature and wilderness, this is amazing country. They've taken really good care of it. The majority of people that come out here keep it clean, and it's really nice. So, and when I look at the terrain, there's Sasquatch out here. The two tree breaks that I've seen, the rock knocks are, if I hear rock knocks, which we had, and they were impressive rock knocks, but we couldn't go substantiate it with a track. So I have to just sort of defer about the rock knocks for now, but the tree breaks look pretty significant. One is approximately 3 years old. The other one is approximately 5 years old. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk up a creek, a nice brown creek without a paddle. It's beautiful. So we're going to do that today. We're going to go far, and then tomorrow we're going to go on another really far hike. So it's Wednesday. There will be no live show today. This is what I give you instead of my live show. Is I'm out in the wilderness in New York State. How exciting! You got to be a little excited. So Kyle's a big fan of mine, and he's like, Todd Standing is in New York State, and I just love being here. I feel very humbled because there's the ecosystem is quite different than me, but I am a tracker, and I am getting it. So we're gonna work really hard. Kyle is immensely motivated, and then I have Sadie, who's very grounded, meditative, spiritual, feminine, out here acting beautiful, and or holding herself in a beautiful manner, very connected. She's showing us plants and survival techniques that are very impressive. She's extremely well versed in the wilderness. You can't fake this stuff. That's what I love about wilderness is when you come out here and your boots on the ground, everything comes out. You can't BS anymore, because as we all know, there are a lot of people that are, they're just not authentic. And you come out here and you see Kyle and how he's acting and his energy, and he knows where to go because he's been here before. So you have that respect. Sadie, who is, she lives in Massachusetts. It's a 3-hour drive for her, which is nothing, to come to this exact spot in the Adirondacks. And yeah, it's amazing to see her connecting, walking around barefoot all through this terrain, this ground, barefoot everywhere. So more than me even. So it's absolutely fantastic. We are all devoted to getting some sort of success, getting some sort of interactions. And I have no idea, like Survivor Man would say, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'll come out and I'll do a video for you guys on my last day, and I'll upload it. I may be here till Saturday. So Sasquatch Sunday will be the video of what is going to happen. So the news today is I'm in New York State, and so excited. This, if we got some success, I mean, a video, who knows? I mean, that's the holy grail. But if I can just come back to you this weekend, and I'll guarantee you a Sasquatch Sunday video about what's happened here in New York. If I can come back to you this weekend and say, look, I found a track, I found a fresh track, I found a fresh break. If I can really substantiate recent activity of a Sasquatch in this particular area, and I guess we'll call them Bigfoot out here, because this is America, and that's what they call the local indigenous people say Bigfoot, and they have every right to say that. It's their home. And that's, so I'm out here doing Bigfoot research. You don't hear me say that very much because where I'm from, it's respectful to say Sasquatch, but it's Bigfoot out here, and we're doing Bigfoot research, the three of us. I feel like the team that I have here, 3 people is as big as I'd want to go. You don't want to have a big crowd of people, and both of them are nature lovers. They respect. See, this is what I'm hearing. Did you hear that? In case you didn't, it was a big clack. Kyle? What did you think that was?
That bang?
Yeah.
Maybe a gunshot?
A gunshot?
Maybe. It almost sounded like a crack of a tree.
Yeah, I don't think gunshot. Really, you think there was any potential that was a gunshot?
That's over there, so yeah, that's towards town.
Okay. I'm learning. So Anyways, and actually, he's right. The sound is over that way. So that's how we do things, though. And he's my guy. That's a gun. Okay. Gunshots. Welcome to America. Hey, just like New York City. How often you guys see how often you guys are gunshots in New York City? It's not hunting season, right?
No. Target practice.
Target practice. Okay. So, all good. Anyways, so we're not going over there.
Nope.
I'm not even making this up. 4, 5. Are you hearing these gunshots? So, are they shooting at each other?
No.
Is
Not.
is it Civil War? Is Yankees and Southerns? Is that happening? No,
Not up here.
not up here. It's all Yankees out here. It's New York State. So okay, so that's going to be very harmful to our research, right?
Extremely.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. That's really bad. And isn't the creek we want to go on down that way?
It's another 2 miles that way, though.
But it's still in that direction, right?
Kind of. We're going to go diagonally.
Okay, we need to get away from that. It's not rocket science. We don't want to be where there's someone shooting and target practicing. So, what the hell, dude? I'm hearing 3 different shots in 3 different directions. Wow. So, America, wow. So, Sasquatch, Bigfoot research, United States of America. I'm going to call it quits here because that doesn't sound like it's getting closer, but yeah, someone's got some target practice going on out there. So, wish me luck. Keep your fingers crossed. All of you people that are at home, and I know lots of people are at home, and even people abroad, and in places like Australia and even like London, Germany, all the people from around the world. I promise you, all 3 of us are gonna put 100% of our energy into this and see what happens. So we're gonna go fight for it. Sasquatch research, Bigfoot research is going to continue here in the United States, and stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Sasquatch Sunday, and I guarantee you, whatever happens out here, whatever. I'm walking around with my camera. I'm working for footage. I want footage. The goal here is to have a discovering. Can you imagine having a Discovering Bigfoot Research Center here in New York State? That would be an incredible dream that's just been thrown into my lap. That's what the goal is. That's why I'm so determined. It's a big financial commitment. It's a time commitment. I've been out here already for 2 days. Gonna be out here for 3 more days. And Kyle and Sadie have made a big investment. It's hard for you to come out here and do this and take this time and make this kind of, they're out sleeping in crappy tents out in the bush with me. So I promise you, we're doing 100% what we can. And based on the fact that there was an encounter here and we're going deeper in and I'm seeing tree breaks, we'll see what happens, right? So stay tuned. I'll talk to you all on Sunday. Take care until then. Bye.